I thought I would read some stories from Samuel Johnson is Indignant, which is still the latest book, although it was published 4 years ago. But or 3.5 to be strictly fair. The Proust came in between. That was published 2 years ago, and that was a big job, and very intensive. So I'll read some from Samuel Johnson is Indignant, and then I'm just starting to go back to writing, so I will then read some newer things. I'll start with the first in the book, Boring Friends. And this is very short. My stories vary from, really short, just a sentence or two, to a paragraph, to a page, to a few pages, to some of them very long. Boring friends. We know only 4 boring people. The rest of our friends we find very interesting. However, most of the friends we find interesting find us boring. The most interesting find us the most boring. The few who are somewhere in the middle, with whom there is reciprocal interest, we distrust. At any moment we feel they may become too interesting for us, or we too interesting for them. I was born of real experience, as was the next one. A mown lawn. She hated a mown lawn. Maybe that was because mow was the opposite of wom, the beginning of the name of what she was, a woman. A mown lawn had a sad sound to it, like a long moan. From her, a mown lawn made a long moan. Lawn had some of the letters of man, though the reverse of man would be nam, a bad war, a raw war. Lawn also contained the letters of law. In fact, lawn was a contraction of lawman. Certainly a lawman could and did mow a lawn. Law and order could be seen as starting from lawn order, valued by so many Americans. More lawn could be made using a lawn mower. A lawn mower did make more lawn. More lawn was a contraction of more lawmen. Did more lawn in America make more lawmen in America? Did more lawn make more nam? More mown lawn made more long moan from her, or a lawn mourn. So often she said Americans wanted more mown lawn. All of America might be one long mown lawn. A lawn not mown grows long, she said. Better a long lawn. Better a long lawn and a mole. Let the lawman have the mown lawn, she said, or the moron, the lawn moron. That came from many, many walks around the neighborhood in which most of the landscaping is mown lawn. It's probably my only political piece of writing. Then the next was also born of frustration, but this is a longer piece because there was more frustration and more complex frustration. This is called The Meeting, and this was my one attempt to use slang. My writing has always shied away from slang. I like slang, but I've never used it naturally, so I thought I would actually try to use slang because it would be very appropriate to the anger in this piece. But as I say, slang doesn't come naturally to me, so I used a slang dictionary. And that produced some rather old-fashioned slang and some odd slang. And then again, I ended up cutting out a lot of it because it just didn't feel natural. But this is the result. The meeting. I tried so hard. The clothes I wore, new look I had, I thought. Competent, I thought. Casual. New raincoat, brown. Things seemed all right at first, promising in the waiting room. Top secretary offered me the comfortable chair, a cup of tea. Top secretary or second secretary. Declined the tea. How could I swallow it? How could I even hold the cup? Opened my little book. Thought once I got in there, he might even ask me what I was reading. Wait, he might say, is that Addison? Kept my head down, eyes on the page, listened to the secretaries, thought I was learning the inside dope. Feeling smart, thought I was all buttoned up. Yes, and now here we were alone for the first time at last, and I thought we might have a special rapport. He might become a friend at least. I thought he might say to himself, here is this woman, this attractive woman. I've talked to her before, never at length, unfortunately. Now she's here across my desk from me in an attractive raincoat with some jewelry on. I thought he might say, she's quiet, but I know from what I've heard and from the way she sits there so composed, holding that small book bound in green leather, could it be Addison? That she's intelligent, though obviously shy. It will be interesting to talk to her. Here he is, the boss, and there are no distractions. There's no one coming into the room, no one offering something from a tray, no one walking past, no one drinking next to him, no one asking him a sudden question that left me out rudely, no one standing in a circle with him. Here we are alone, my face floating over that piled desk. But he rails against the whole project. He uses bad language, though it isn't my fault. It really isn't my fault, what he doesn't like, the change of title. And in fact, he's wrong about that. Things have to change. Even titles have to change. How he jumps on me, how he strafes me, how he slangs me. I'm rocked. Of course, anyone can make an appointment to see the president. That's the easy part. I try again, surface and take another breath, say something, but he stops, and he stops railing and listens. He says something back. He asks me a decent question. But I can't remember that name. I just can't remember it. Me with my shaky voice. Now what can I say? Don't have a single $1 million word. Say something dumb. Now he's doing his best. He's trying to remember his manners. But after all that yelling, he says he isn't the one who can help me. No, even though they said I should go talk to him myself, they both said that. And they know him. I thought I could trust them. Just plant the idea in his head, at least, they said. I guess maybe they sold me a pup. What a blunder. And I wore all this jewelry, every piece I had that was decent. He never noticed, I'm sure. No, he just said to himself, not my concern, sorry. Wait, I thought, give me time, another 5 minutes. But it's no use. Now he stands up and sticks his hand across the desk at an angle and flat as a piece of cardboard. He's offering to shake. It's his signal. I'm supposed to leave. Well, lost opportunity, Mr. President. Old bean. We're not all so clever, you know, not on the spot like that, beanpole. Someday you'll make me an offer, I'll say I can't help you. Such a mistake even to go in there, so wrong, some other frequency. Can't do anything right, not worth shucks. Strange hat, brown coat, drooping hem, bare neck, yellow skin, wrong jewelry, too much jewelry. So many mistakes, electric hair, so many mistakes. Too much, too little, wrong time, wrong place, can't do it right, do it anyway, spoil it, do it again, spoil it again, a slime, a weed. I wanted respect. Did he even see me? Did he even see my head poking up above those piles? He was seeing another appointment. This was my appointment. Maybe the raincoat gave a bad impression. Maybe I was wrong to wear brown. Maybe he thought, uh-oh, there's something depressing out there in the waiting room. Brown woman with a proposal sitting in a chair with her book. And then I wasn't prepared, didn't know the name. I nodded. Anyone can nod. I didn't know what was coming. I was so dumb. I'm aching. What shame. Ready to kill. Wish I'd had my mother with me. She would have said something, a gas bag. He would have said she was a gabby old woman, an ulcer. What's she doing in here? Who let her in? Get her out of here in her pastel suit. But there she'd be. She'd account for him. She'd give it to him right in the clock. He'd say, get the old bag off my dark wood paneling. That's my mother. What up, Barney? Hoo-ha. She'd give him a mouse all right. He'd say, get the old bag in her pink suit away from in front of my dark wood paneling. Get him, mother. Sick him. Old Iowa bag. Come in here with her replaced hip, her replaced knee, one leg shorter than the other, built-up shoe, determined. She'd lam him in his